And the next thing that you need to work on is to, you know, work on improving or securing an emergency fund. Over the months, when you take a look at the things that happened in 2020, you will agree with me that the need for having an emergency fund has become so high now, because everyone has come to understand that anything can happen. Last year, a lot of people lost their jobs, so those who didn't have an emergency fund, it was a rough road they had to travel, because there was nothing like that. So if you're listening to me and this year you don't have an emergency fund, that is something that you should work on. And we always say start with $1,000. Have a target of $1,000. And then, although $1,000 will not do anything, but generally you should have it in your mind that you want to save up to 6 months worth of expenses. It depends on you now, the expenses that you have on a regular basis as an individual or as a family. Based on that, you can now map out, an emergency fund. But you should have a target. It could be $1,000, it could be $2,000, it could be $5,000, depending on you. So you begin from this initial month now to start allocating funds in that direction. You start allocating funds. It could be $100 every month, it could be $500 every month, depending on what you are earning. But you should look in the direction of having an emergency fund if you don't have one. And then if you already have one, look for ways to beef it up. If, for example, what you had was $1,000, or what you've been working on was $1,000, then you can increase it to $3,000, because the more you have in your emergency fund, the merrier. You get the point? You're still the one who's going to enjoy it. So it's of great importance that you work on this. Don't play light on emergency fund. It's so important for you and your family. Okay, now the next thing here, the next move you need to make is diligently focus on paying back any kind of debt. Maybe you have credit card debt, or in some kind of debt. Whatever debt you find yourself, you need to make a conscious decision to pay those things back. Get to know the interest. Get to know how much you are paying on a monthly basis. There are some people who are so careless to the point that on a monthly basis they don't even know how much they have to pay back, because in most cases the credit card debts are so much to the point that they are confused. Don't be amongst people who are confused. Take charge. Take a pen and write out how much is supposed to go out from you on a monthly basis regarding those debts. And then you make a conscious decision that you want to pay back those debts. This is where your budgeting comes into play. Then you allocate a certain amount of money that is going to be going in that direction. Okay, so diligently focus on how you're going to pay back your debt. If possible, if you can, double up the payment, it will go a long way to help you, because the earlier you clear those debts, the better for you. Okay, so that's something that you need to work on. Another step that you need to take here is that you need to work on improving your retirement funds. Now, this is very, very important. In places like the United States, where they have the 401k, that it's very easy, because as you're earning, they are having this deduction going in that direction. But if you are in a country where, for example, in Africa, so much attention is not being given in this direction, although they have some companies now that is helping with that. Okay, all they do is this pension thing. So what you can do for yourself is to give attention to it. Make a conscious decision that you're going to start saving up for your retirement fund, because whether you like it or not, retirement is going to come. You may think, you still have time, but the truth is you don't have that much time. So you need to work on it now. If you are in a country where it is being encouraged, like in the United States, in Canada and all that, then go ahead, give it your best shot. Make sure a large number of percentage is going into that part of your retirement fund. Okay, so it will help a great deal. If you are in places like Africa, do all you can to ensure that you liaise with some of these companies whose job is to help you, in working out your pension. Do that and start putting money in that direction. And over time, you'll be shocked how much you've been able to save. So work on that, because it will go a very long way to help you. The next move that you need to make in 2021 is that you have to become disciplined with savings and make up your mind you're going to save more. See, without discipline, you cannot save. With the way things are happening in the world right now, where there is a lot of expenses, it is actually difficult to save. So you see that so much effort has to be put in place to be able to save. In most cases, I would even say automate your savings. You can do that with your savings account. Automate your savings such that as your earning is coming, as your income, hits your bank account, the savings are already deducted. So when you automate your savings like this, it helps a great deal. But if you're not able to automate your savings, then make a conscious decision. You're going to be disciplined with it. And another thing you should do is be consistent with it as well, because until and unless you are consistent with savings, you may not be able to reap the benefits of savings. So that's something that you need to work on. Okay, you need to work on that. It's so important. The next thing that you need to work on here is that you have to look for ways to multiply your income. It is true that savings are so important, but while you are saving, look for ways where you can channel your money into. Because money saved does not multiply. But money invested is what multiplies your money. So look for ways. Now, this is where investment comes into play. You need to do your research. You need to look for ways in which you can put some amount of money into some investment, something that it will multiply your income. The reason for savings is not just for the rainy day. The reason for savings is so that you will be able to multiply what you have saved. When you multiply what you have saved, that is where the real benefit lies. I've done a video on the mistakes that people make with savings. I'll put the link below, and I'll put the link somewhere around the corner there, so that you can just click on it and go watch that video to help you a great deal. Okay. And then the next move that you need to make, go for financial education. Do this, so important. Go for financial education. Without financial education, you will make a lot of mistakes. Trust me, I've been there. Go for financial education. Become voracious on this matter. Tell yourself you want to learn more. You want to learn more about budgeting, about savings, about investment. You want to learn more about increasing your income. Go for financial education with all you have got. It will help you a great deal. And then the next move you need to make is that you have to minimize expenses and reduce your liabilities. Again and again, I have said this. As long as your liabilities are more than your earnings, you are in trouble. No matter how much you earn, you will be like a man who is earning nothing. So work on your expenses and reduce your liabilities. Take out time to look at the areas where money is going, the things that are taking money from you. Are those things profitable to you? Are those things important to you? Are they yielding profit? Are they yielding any money to you? If they are not yielding at all, then stay away from it. Cut out those things and allocate that dollar to something else that will benefit you more. So work on that. And then the next move you need to make, you have to evaluate your tax liabilities. I cannot stress this enough. For people who are in nations where taxes are taken seriously, you have to evaluate your tax liabilities, know how much it's going to be going in that direction, so that you can plan for it ahead of time. And this is important for those who are individuals, for those who are self-employed, and also those who are employed as well. Okay, so that's something you need to work on. Evaluate your tax liabilities. And then the next thing on the list here, the next move you need to make, get a coaching session with a financial coach if they need be. Now, this is not for everybody, okay, but there are people who are out of control. They've reached a certain point where they are not just able to fix anything. At this point, you're going to need someone to hold your hands. You're going to need someone to point you in the right direction. And this is what financial coaches do. This is why we are here. We are here to help you. If you need any of these coaching sessions, just send us an email and we'll book a discovery call with you so we can point you in the right direction. But whatever the case may be, there are times when you need this session so that you can know the path you need to follow. Okay, so that's very important. And finally, you have to stay focused and pursue your financial dreams. Focus is so important. A lot of times people begin the year with focus, and during the mid-year, they're out of focus. That shouldn't be your case. Keep your focus. And I'm telling you, 2021 is going to be a glorious year for you and your finances. So that'll be all for this very video. I'm sorry it took a little long, but I needed to point out some of these things because it is of great importance at this time of the year. Okay, so let me know your takeaways from this very video. What have you learned? What are those areas you would like to implement in your finances this year? Let me know in the comment box. And also don't forget to like this video. It helps the YouTube algorithm to push it more to other people. And share the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. I'll speak to you in the next video. Until then, keep cracking the money code.